Yeah.
Oh, well.
We're good.
Okay, so I am responding to Ramesh's arguments on workability and disadvantages. One of the first things he said is that it would allocate votes to big cities, and that doesn't even really make sense because the way the popular vote is every single person's vote is worth one vote. Like I said earlier, Wyoming right now, their votes are worth 4 times as much as Texas. So person to person, votes are not the same value. But under the popular vote system, everyone is under the same, everyone's got one vote to one name. And the reason why that wouldn't allocate it to big cities, because saying it would allocate to big cities is like assuming that popular vote would be like switching to a smaller based electoral college system. Like if we had some kind of electoral college based system that was based city to city, that's the only way it would allocate it to bigger cities. And he said something about the mayors would become like governors. I don't understand how that even makes sense because, I mean, if you live in a city, do you listen to everything your mayor says? Like, do you vote because your mayor is telling you to vote a certain way? Mayor's powers wouldn't change at all. They wouldn't become like governors because people choose for themselves who they're going to vote for. And while regional, like where you grow up has some effect on who you're going to vote for and the way you think, but that doesn't make the mayor this all-powerful governor-like person because he's not controlling who each person is going to vote for. And he said it might bring up a reason to secede from the union. Based on a survey, random surveying of different states and a national survey of thousands of people by a organization headed by Barry Fadden, he was a PhD in political science. 72% of the people surveyed, which was across the nation, would prefer the popular vote system. So if 72% of the people would prefer a popular vote system, why would states secede from the union? He said it would allocate, it would make candidates only interested in small regions where bigger cities are, but that's not necessarily true because as it is, most of the reason why a candidate would go campaigning is to kind of bolster the people who are already going to vote for him to spread the word outward. Because a candidate wouldn't go just to a random city and start trying to convince people to vote for them. It wouldn't work. The reason they have these, they visit states and have these conventions and things is to get people to get pumped about the campaign and spread it out elsewhere. So no matter where they're doing that, it doesn't really make a difference on, Also, they said that third parties would need to be assimilated into the two-party system, but the problem with the two-party system is that everything is assimilated into it. Because as it is now, it's basically like you're Republican, and if you're not Republican, you're Democratic. And if Democrats are pro-choice, then Republicans have to be non-pro-choice. And it's just like, if you're not one, you're the other. It creates if in a two-party system, if you're not one, you're the other, and that just, if we're a three-party system or a four-party system, people would be able to be part of a party where people are more, the people you're voting with are more on the same page than they are in a two-party system. Because the more parties means the more ideas can be different from each other. And that's all I have to say because I'm out of time.